I've been attracted to men, but it never lasted. But for women, I can tell you for the whole of my life, I've struggled with 2 women. And it was like a whole year affair. It was on and off and on. Actually, one of them, we probably dated. I think we dated. I don't know whether I'd call it dating, but it was very involving emotionally, physically. I think when I got saved, everything now came to the surface. Like there was so much I buried. I not dealt with my defilement. I not dealt with a lot of wounds from my childhood. So they, like all of them came to the surface, and it was a lot for me. And for a while, I was alone again. I have found that probably was the only person who was getting what I was going through. So it was hard for me to get on with people, so I preferred to keep to myself. But all these things, liking girls, came to the surface, and it was really overwhelming. So I think for a very long time, it wasn't a big deal until I went to campus, because I was like, there's a lot to deal with, and it's not really who I am with. Yeah, so that's how my journey panned out. But after campus, I can say that's when it really burst into my face, like this is something you're probably into and you need to deal with. I approached people who are older than me, and I was like, people admired, and I was like, I remember the first person I told was a Christian. I like girls, and she was like, you can't say that. You actually can't feel that. And I was like, so what am I supposed to do with what I feel? So it was very awkward for me to come out to Christians, but I found someone who was willing to listen, and she opened her home for me to just go and talk about these emotions. And it was after I was in this whole messy relationship with this woman I was with, and yeah, so she opened her home for me to just go and share my heart out, to cry. I think there's a point I really struggled until I was telling God, I can't do this anymore. I was like, what's the point of being a Christian? It feels like I'm lying to myself. I'm here, I'm lifting my hands in worship, and then I'm harboring a relationship in my heart. And sometimes it doesn't have to be really that I'm dating a woman. I've gone somewhere and I've seen a woman and I've carried her in my heart, or I've carried her in my mind, and I'll continually think about her. So for those people who are struggling, you're not alone, first of all. And the gospel is the power of Christ for the salvation of everyone who believes. It's the gospel. It is not even being heard. It's not even being affirmed. It's really that the gospel is able to teach us to say no to worldly passions and pleasures and ungodliness.